Here's a game with a bunch of critical and interesting decision points that I thought was cool enough to share and have you guys break your head about as well, since I had to break my head about this game. So probably you'll learn a thing or two about greeting and not greeting, or about just Reno's hero power in general. So turn 1 I have like a Weaver opener. I hate going Weavers. In case you've never been to my streams, I just try and avoid them as much as possible because they're pretty boring. But I can't really pass up on a Weaver pair since a pretty good triple is gonna save me health, and you know, getting a golden Impatient Doomsayer or a golden whatever Firebat is game winning. So I'm not here playing Weaver, I'm not that kind of person. I think it is an okay opener, but in this meta you just try and get the triple on it, I suppose. I'm staying on 1 though. I could have Jeep curved, meaning leveling last turn, but on Reno I like staying down on 1 as much as possible. And here I rolled, normally double buy, but the shop was so bad, I prefer trying to hit my triples. And here, again, I can sell my 1-1 for the Acolyte, but I would rather roll twice, because that gives me more chances of hitting one of these 2 triples since I have 2 pairs, I see more shops. Plus, if I want to double level in 7 gold, I need to sell my 1-1 anyway. I need to sell in order to double level. So if I sold the Tabby here to buy the taunt, I would next turn have to sell the taunt anyway to double level or stay down on 1 longer. So you could stay down on 1 longer, double buy, you know, but then you're behind. And we're pretty strong, like we do have 2 Weavers and we do have double Trickster. I think it's a pretty decent opener, because we also found 1 token, making it pretty clean. And the main reason I'm fine leveling is because this AFK went straight to tier 4. This person was able to just level straight all the way to 4, meaning they probably won't be strong, but well, they tie our fight, which I didn't expect. They get like 2 tier 2 dragons. They didn't even get Bronze Warden, yet they're on tier 4 with full HP, which is quite impressive, honestly. Now this turn, I mean, these 2 cards are too strong. They don't have synergy with us, like they are not Katarina tier, they're not triples, but it's hard to pass up a Bronze Warden and a Gem Splitter in the same shop because they're amazing trade drops. We hit the triple. Now the question becomes, what do we triple into? If you triple into a 4, it's trying to hit Avenge, but without elementals, it would just be Impatient Doomsayer. I don't think I want to try and push for that. So on tier 4 we could triple here into a 5, meaning we could get the golden taunt guy or Zul. That's about it. Tier 5 is not that great either, or maybe like a golden light thing would not be horrible, since we do have Bronze Warden, Best Dragon. I have a really good demon to buff as well, and I guess a Cold Bore. But I'm gonna go for a 6 because I have full HP, and again, this is the Alakir who had like a Weaver opener. A lot of people are playing demons in this lobby. This guy has the Golden Weaver, Katarina tier, another Weaver, and there's other people as well playing demons. So that is kind of iffy, since I am clearly trying to go demons as well and trying to triple my Weaver. If I go for a 6, Golden Firebat would be the best possible hit. So I'm on 25 HP, took 15 damage there, sadly. I'm still committing because I do feel like I should be rather strong here with my current board. And this is my triple. Now this is the most important decision of the game. What do you do? What would you take? You can get a Golden Zap, which is decent tempo, or just Big Zap normally, but I really hate that since it's no direction. 4 Reaper is also decent tempo. If you golden it, it's a really big cleave already, but again, no scaling. And then you have a Buster. We have 0 mechs on the board, and I guess you can transition. There is a Pubbot in the shop. So what would you do? Please let me know down below in the comments. I think I spent my entire turn, the full minute, thinking about this and going over everything, because I still have the demons. I could just take a 4 Reaper, be strong, and then just try and find other, like a triple onto Weaver, and try to find a different 6 up to hero power, try and find a 5 drop to hero power. But I'm gonna play safe. This is a play I would normally not do, but I'm hero powering a Buster and freezing Pubbot and just saying fuck it. I found a 6 drop that is potentially good that I could pivot into, and see how it works out. Like, I'm strong anyway, I think I have the time to pivot. Now this guy is also demons, not surprising, but they have Weaver, Juggler, all the stuff. We do lose some HP here, and I think we're also at damage cap now at 15, so we have to be careful since we can lose if we face a high roller, or die I should say. But somehow there's a ghost, we get to face them, and I'm taking the Pubbot. It's just a Divine Shield mech, it's just decent. I rolled the brand right away, so we got rewarded for this play. There's also Pumbaa, but I mean, you know, I was thinking about if I saved my hero power, if I took 4 Reaper, what else could I have done? I could have gone to Pumbaa, done just like gem stuff. And another reason I'm not a big fan of this mech combo build with like Buster, Macaw, Baron is mainly because it gets countered pretty hard by Zap or by Windfree, by leaves maybe, so you can counter this relatively easily. Also, I found a module. I'm not taking mediocre mechs, I'm not just taking any sort of shitty mechs, since I want to find stuff that actually stays on the board. And the gems that I generate from the splitter are still pretty useful since it can help me play around Zap. I can gem up my Baron already, gem up maybe a Kangaroos if I find it, so I'll hold some gems in hand. And that way we already mitigate one of the counters that this composition has. I'm not taking just an egg, I'm not just taking random crap like I mentioned. Now there's a second Baron, which is weird to take since we only have 2 mechs, like we got the Buster and Babot, which is the only mech actually being buffed then. But another thing about combo comps like this is that you need to triple your pieces. If you don't hit triples, you don't grow. Like this build doesn't gradually scale, it's not like you buy buffs and slowly get stronger. No, you gotta find an optimal board, meaning you roll for the good cards that you want to buff. Same with Beast, Golden Beast, like you want Max, now you want Cleave, stuff like that. And then you want everything golden, so you need to triple this Baron, you need to triple the Buster, which isn't an issue because we're Reno. And we found a Macaw as well, so we want to triple Macaw. Now because of Macaw, we're probably not going with Kangaroo since it has anti-synergy together. Meaning I'm probably just a Macaw Baron Buster build. So taunting Buster was actually pretty decent since, you know, now it guarantees die stalls. The only issue is that Windfury can kind of screw us over now. If someone opens with Windfury, goes first and kills our Buster, Macaw does nothing. But that's a worry for the future, or maybe not even the future because we're facing Alakir, who all has a hero power that gives anything Windfury. So I'm not just buying these random mechs again. I don't think they're worth it. Even though they would be massive, I still have a triple on Weaver that I could also hit. Luckily we hit 4 Reaper from this triple Baron, so we already got the triple Baron. And this is so weird. We got Golden Baron, Golden Buster, Macaw, and only a single Pubbot being buffed, and now also a 4 Reaper. And I rolled a bit too much. We weren't able to find any good mechs right now, but there's a mech roll, which is obviously pretty great. So finally we're finding like good mechs to replace this double Weaver with. And they open with a Divine Shield, Windfury, Spore. And guess what? They do go first, so in that case our Macaw doesn't do shit. This is the one issue with taunting or moduling a Buster in this comp. But you can play around it by just having multiple taunts. It's weaker against Cleave, but it's a no beast lobby. So the only Cleave to worry about would be like Wildfire, but it's also a no elemental lobby, and Wildfire still doesn't do anything against the Divine Shield. Or 4 Reaper, I guess, but there's only one other mech player, and I think they're combo compasses as well, so they can't really put foe early. Anyway, we got the mech roll. We can module that, and that would be amazing to counter the Windfury from Alakir or from other opponents. And I think now is a good time to remind you that most of the people, like over 50% that watch my videos, are actually still not subscribed. But if you enjoy the content and you want to catch more of it, then leaving a subscription to the channel would be very much appreciated, or just liking the video for some support. Anyway, I was able to just pick up a Grease Bot here. I decided to stop greeding and just take any decent mech that I can find now before I just roll and hit nothing again. But it doesn't even seem play because we found a second Macaw instead, which has to be better. I'm also committing all of my gems because right now we play perfectly around Zep already anyway with this Pubbot, and they also open with a Windfury because they have Bonker. Luckily we attack first, but that means that second Macaw doesn't do anything, but it could have been worse, I suppose. So this Macaw just goes and does nothing. I think we're way too big though. If you look at our stats on the board, they're just absolutely disgusting. I also repositioned my max now. I don't need Buster to attack in order to die, so I'd rather put it in the back and play around Cleave. This guy was scroll board, so very often they could like slap a 4 Reaper on the board, use Necrolite, put all the gems onto a massive Cleave. And it's still a top 4, very grindy game, so I get a lot of time to optimize my board, but that's bad because we're super strong. We spiked really hard and other people are scaling. So that's an issue, that if people scale, they can easily outscale combo comps because all you can do is roll for your triples, and I already have like 2 of those. I just need to triple this Macaw now, find Reborn onto the Macaw, and maybe find some better mechs. I picked up Argus as well to, you know, play around to Windfury from the Alakir here, but I can't play the Argus yet because, well, our next opponent doesn't have Windfury, and also I would get weaker putting it in now and then playing a Grease Bot. Grease Bot is just not that great at the moment. So yeah, this guy is basically our comp but worse, so we absolutely obliterate them and kill them from 20. Now it is probably going to be a top 2 unless AFK beats the Alakir, which would be surprising. AFK making top 4 with that power level is very impressive though. So Alakir, we know they're just big demons. We know they had a Spore last time as well. And there is a Deflecto. Now, I've skipped Deflectos before because they're not really better than Pubot or than Mackerel, since they don't get a reset anyway, right? I can't play Deflecto Mechs, and I don't want to put Deflecto early and just try and get a reset from the Buster, since I just lose so much value then with the McCalls. And you know what I'm saying, but it's an amazing taunt though. Because Deflecto is just a random Divine Shield mech that I want to taunt. It's the same as Pubot essentially, but a little bit better, slightly better, because we have a chance of getting resets onto Deflectos. So if we attack first and here goes into the Deflecto, then if we trigger our Omega Buster, the Death Rattle could proc the Deflecto. So we see them finally, you know, going first still, but our taunt perfectly worked. It was able to make sure our Buster doesn't get snipes and our McCalls get value, and we got a reset back onto the Deflecto, also kind of as planned. It's kind of acting like a taunted Mackerel at this point. If they attack into Buster again, which they do, I get another reset onto Deflecto and the taunt didn't even die. We're able to absolutely demolish this Alakir and this entire lobby by going for the Golden Buster without any mech setup. So what did we learn? Just go for 6 drops if you find a good directional card, hero power it, and just do a pivot if you're strong enough to make it work. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.